Empirical evidence for the existence of God as the ultimate first cause and volitional mind. The idea of God as the ultimate first cause and a volitional mind behind all of reality rests not only on logical reasoning but also on empirical evidence, observations of our universe that are consistent with the existence of an intelligent, purposeful creator. While empirical evidence in science and philosophy does not claim to prove God's existence in the absolute sense, it does provide a substantial case for a creator when viewed through a rational and open-minded lens. Let's explore some of the key areas where empirical evidence aligns with the concept of God as the ultimate cause of all existence. 1. The fine-tuning of the universe. One of the most compelling pieces of empirical evidence for a creator is the fine-tuning of the universe. The universe operates according to a set of physical laws and constants, which must be precisely calibrated to support life as we know it. Even slight variations in these constants would render the universe life prohibitive. For example, the cosmological constant. The cosmological constant controls the rate at which the universe expands. If this constant were even slightly larger, the universe would have expanded too rapidly for galaxies, stars, and planets to form. If it were smaller, the universe would collapse back on itself. The required precision is within 1 part in 10 to the power of 120, an incomprehensibly narrow margin. The strength of the 4 fundamental forces, the gravitational force, electromagnetic force, strong nuclear force, and weak nuclear force are balanced in such a way that if any one of these forces were even slightly different, matter as we know it could not exist. For example, if the strong nuclear force were weaker, protons and neutrons would not bind together, and no elements other than hydrogen would exist. The specificity of these constants is strongly indicative of a purposeful calibration. The odds of such precise values arising by chance are astronomically low. In fact, the improbability of fine-tuning by random chance leads many scientists and philosophers to conclude that an intelligent mind must have set these values to allow for a life-sustaining universe. 2. The origin of the universe and the Big Bang. Modern cosmology points to an origin of the universe in the form of the Big Bang, the moment when all space, time, matter, and energy emerged from a single, incredibly dense and hot point approximately 13.8 billion years ago. This concept aligns with the idea of a first cause because it implies a beginning to physical existence. The principle of causality indicates that anything with a beginning requires a cause. Thus, the universe itself, having a beginning, logically requires an initial cause outside itself. This first cause must be timeless, since it existed before time began, immaterial, since it created matter itself, extremely powerful, to bring all of space-time and matter into existence. This aligns with the attributes commonly ascribed to God. Empirical observations of cosmic background radiation, galactic redshifts, and the expansion of the universe serve as evidence consistent with a creation event, reinforcing the idea that the universe did not simply arise out of nothing but had a cause that transcends the natural world. 3. The complexity of biological life. Biology presents additional evidence for a creator through the complexity of life at the molecular and cellular levels. The information content in DNA and the irreducible complexity of biological systems both point toward intelligent design. DNA and information. DNA is a molecular blueprint for all living organisms, containing complex instructions necessary for building and maintaining life. Information theory tells us that information of this magnitude and specificity does not arise from random processes. The existence of encoded information within DNA, analogous to a sophisticated computer code, suggests an intelligent source. The probability of DNA's information content arising by chance is so low that many scientists view it as more rational to attribute this complexity to an intelligent mind. Irreducible complexity. Many biological structures, such as the bacterial flagellum or the eye, are composed of multiple interdependent parts. If even one part is missing, the entire structure ceases to function. This irreducible complexity challenges the notion that these structures could have arisen through stepwise, undirected processes, as Darwinian evolution would suggest. Instead, the complexity and functionality of these systems are consistent with the work of an intelligent designer. 4. Consciousness and rationality. Consciousness and rationality are phenomena that resist reduction to mere physical processes. Despite extensive research, scientists have been unable to explain how subjective, conscious experiences arise from non-conscious matter. This problem, known as the hard problem of consciousness, suggests that human awareness and rational thought may not be fully explainable by naturalistic processes alone. The existence of conscious, rational beings aligns with the idea of a creator who possesses these attributes and bestowed them upon humanity. The ability to reason, pursue truth, and exercise moral judgment is consistent with being created in the image of a rational, moral mind rather than a purely materialistic, random process. 5. The objective moral law. Another line of empirical evidence for the existence of God as a volitional mind is the presence of an objective moral law, a universal sense of right and wrong that transcends cultural and personal preferences. Across human societies, certain moral principles, such as the wrongness of murder and theft, are universally recognized. This objective moral sense points to a standard that exists beyond individual opinion. If moral values were purely subjective, they would vary widely without any binding power. However, the universality and compelling nature of moral values are consistent with the existence of a moral lawgiver, God, who instilled this sense of right and wrong in humanity. This view aligns with moral realism, which holds that moral truths exist independently of human beliefs and desires. 6. Miracles and documented religious experiences. Throughout history, there are numerous accounts of miracles and religious experiences that defy natural explanations. Miracles, defined as events that occur outside the normal course of nature, are reported across various cultures and religions. Some of these events are well documented and corroborated by independent witnesses. For example, the resurrection of Jesus. The resurrection is one of the most well-documented miracles, supported by historical accounts, early testimonies, and the transformation of Jesus' disciples. While empirical proof of the resurrection is beyond our reach, the historical evidence is consistent with this event and has led many to view it as an act of divine intervention. Modern miracles and healings. There are also modern-day accounts of miraculous healings and interventions that doctors and scientists cannot explain. While individual reports may be subject to skepticism, the cumulative weight of documented cases supports the possibility of supernatural events consistent with a divine presence. Additionally, religious experiences, where individuals report encounters with the divine, are widespread and transformative. While such experiences are subjective, their consistency across time, culture, and individual lives offers empirical evidence for a God who actively interacts with humanity. 7. The consistency of these observations with theistic belief. These provide empirical proof of God in the sense of scientific observations that are consistent with the hypothesis. Each piece of evidence, from the fine-tuning of the universe to moral law and the existence of consciousness, aligns with the theistic understanding of a creator who is intelligent, purposeful, and relational. Taken together, these observations form a cumulative case for the existence of God as the ultimate first cause and volitional mind. Just as a court of law relies on cumulative evidence to establish facts beyond a reasonable doubt, the empirical evidence for God provides a reasonable basis for belief. Conclusion. A reasonable foundation for belief in God. While absolute empirical proof of God's existence may not be feasible due to the nature of divine reality, the evidence available is both substantial and consistent with the existence of a creator. By observing the intricacies of the universe, the design of life, the presence of objective morality, and documented religious experiences, we find a pattern that points rationally to a divine mind. This approach does not require abandoning reason but rather embraces it, acknowledging that belief in God as the ultimate first cause is both empirically grounded and intellectually satisfying. Thanks for watching. Please like, share and subscribe, and comment below if you agree or would like to add your thoughts. If you would like me to respond to your comment, please make a level 1 comment directly below the video. I will respond to all polite level 1 comments even if it takes me a while, due to other commitments.